ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fence Man, Alan Fenstermaker. I'm bringing at you guys this week's Top Rope TV special. This week we did a special on CCW Classic Championship Wrestling's event, Winter Warfare. This was an awesome event, and I had a really great time filming it, and we got some great interviews, so hope you guys enjoy. Without further ado, this is the highlights of that event. As you could tell from the highlight reel, it was a really awesome show. A lot of action, lots of wrestling action, but we also did some interviews too. So without further ado, here is Top Rope TV's own Marvelous Mike Dalton interviewing the Red Scorpion. Take it away, Mike.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to Top Rope TV segment called The Shoot. And tonight I have with me a legend. He's been around for a long time. This guy knows how to kick ass and take name. I give you the Red Scorpion.
Thank you for having me. That's a bold statement calling me a legend. I don't know about a legend, but I guess a legend in my own right. So for that I thank you.
No problem. I just want to ask you, what were your thoughts about tonight's match against Legion?
Okay. Well, my thoughts were, coming in I had no idea what to expect. CCW's one of those promotions. It's not my exact home promotion, so I remember calling up, texting Rob Noxious, and I was like, hey, I'm available if you need me. So he said, yeah, sure, come by. So again, it wasn't like I knew I was going to face Legion or anything like that. But I was very pleasantly surprised when I saw his name on the card. And I'll tell you why, because I had a camp with him. It was a Delirious camp at Fort Noxious, and I had the privilege to work with him. Wow. And he's a young man, and he's very strong and very big. So, you know, the story that we could tell in the ring is nothing like I've ever had the opportunity to do, because for the most part in the ring I'm the guy doing the throwing around. So this was very unique for me, and I tell you what, I had a blast. And he is a big, strong young man. Yeah, I've never been tossed around like a rag doll like I was tonight.
Wow. I heard something about a feud. You and him are going to be feuding. What's your thoughts about that?
It'll be interesting because, you know, for the most part, I got my butt whooped tonight. So, one of the things when we talked about our match backstage, again, it was fun to be on the other side of the ass whooping, and while doing so, like. So as far as the match with Legion, again, it was interesting for being on the other side of the coin. Like I said, I'm used to being the one getting let me rephrase that. I'm used to being the one who tosses guys around. I mean, look at me. But it was interesting to be, like I said, on the other side of the coin, because now this man threw me around like a rag doll, and that ain't never happened before. But I understand Legion is very green. He just started off, you know, and he's a sight to look at. I mean, this man is all but 300-some pounds, 7 foot tall. Help me out there. How tall is he? 6'9", so almost 7 foot tall. I mean, he's a monster. But you know, the cool thing is, like, I know I've been there in his shoes before, and it's always good to put a young guy just starting off with a veteran. And it's weird to say that now I'm that guy. You know, I never considered myself that guy. But you know, and I guess this is an opportunity for me to kind of, you know, show this young man the ropes. And oh, I tell you what, I mean, he's got so much potential. You know, I think for one thing, I think he needs to find his voice yet. You know, it took me years to find my voice. You know, but it probably took me like probably 3 years before the Red Scorpion finally had a voice. And what I mean by voice, the character voiced the Red Scorpion. And I think that, you know, this is part of his, you know, trying to discover that. And, you know, again, I just can't say enough. I mean, like, you know, things never happen as planned. Never. But, you know, you gotta adapt, and you gotta adjust on the fly. And that's part of professional wrestling. It is an art. Sports entertainer, call you what you want, but it is, to me, an art. And to tell a story, and the story we told tonight was, Red Scorpion, you're a big guy, but this is Legion. And he's a bigger guy, a much bigger guy, and he manhandled me. With the reputation that I've had on the independent professional wrestling scene, today I got my butt handed to me. And you know, what we're gonna do in the future, it's always up to the promoter. I mean, the promoter comes up with the angles to the stories. And again, things never go as planned. I don't think they were expecting me to take that headbutt and stay dead. So, which is one of the reasons why we had a Red Scorpion run out. And then I got the final say in that little battle, and the final laugh, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm running out of words here, but I think that's what I have as far as that goes, and what me and Legion could do in the future, you know, and what we're gonna, you know, story we're gonna tell. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting, and again, I look forward to this. So I'm excited about this, and looking forward to it. What else you got for me? Come on.
There's a segment that we have on here called The Shoot. And he can say whatever he damn well pleases. It's unfiltered, uncensored. You can burn the carpet from both ends of the building. Say what's on your mind about whatever. Don't care. It's called The Shoot.
Okay, this will be interesting. Now, everybody knows the history between the Red Scorpion and Rob Noxious. How he disrespected my mother. Now I tell you like this. The Red Scorpion never had his final say. You know, it was always Rob Noxious gets up on the Scorpion. Rob Noxious gets up on the Scorpion again and again. And the Red Scorpion never had, you know, he never had the take on the prize. You know, and I had a really big problem with that. And it irked the shit out of me. So, with that being said, I have the utmost respect for Rob Noxious. One of the things I wanted to do at the end of our segment at Keystone Pro, when we had our little feud, was I wanted to have a shoot promo. And despite our differences in the ring, I wanted to say how much I admire Rob Noxious, because not only is he a father to me in professional wrestling, but he is a great father in general. And the only thing my father ever gave me was his name. And that is my shoot name, Mark Stephen Hazel Jr. And, you know, I see how he takes his kids to, you know, the shows. I see him at practice. I mean, he goes out of his way above and beyond the Call of Duty. And he you know, he is a father to a lot of, you know, guys in professional wrestling that really look up to him, and I am included in that list. So So for that, Rob Noxious, I thank you.
Cool. Awesome, and thank you, Red Scorpion, for being on this week's Top Rope TV, The Shoot with Marvelous Mike Dalton. Now, without further ado, we bring to you the Rick Smooth segment as he interviews CCW World Heavyweight Champion Chris Banks, Mr. No Limits. Take it away, Rick.
All right, this is Rick Smooth here on Top Rope TV, and I'm sitting here with Chris Banks after regaining his, hold on to his CCW World title. Chris Banks, I gotta ask you, man, what are your thoughts about tonight's matchup?
Hard-fought match. Louis G. Rich. I was actually looking forward to this for years. He and I known each other for many, many years, and when I found out about this match, I was excited for it, but at the same time, I was kind of like, damn, another one of my boys going after my belt. But I guess that's what happens when you're the champion. You have a target on your back. Joe's killing me right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, he was drawing some serious heat there tonight, Louis G. Rich.
Yeah, I was talking a lot of shit to him the past week, let him know, like, bring your A game. And he brought his A game. He wasn't backing down. Like, every time I came at him hard, he came harder. So it was a good fight. I'm looking forward to the future. We definitely have to have this rematch, especially that little stunt he pulled after the match. Like, literally, I don't know if you saw it, but like the doctor had to pop my jaw back into place. Right now, talking, you can see how swollen.
Wow.
Bullshit is what it is.
It is a bunch of bullshit.
Money right here.
This is the true champion. This is the real CCW champion. Nobody else. Chris Banks is the champ.
Look at the pattern. Prior to him, CCW didn't respect me. Since this man came by my side, I've been undefeated. And still, you're a CCW heavyweight champion. J Money, Mr. No Limits, Chris Banks. Remember the name, Chris Banks.
How long have you been the CCW World Champion for?
Too damn long. This promo's over.
Now we bring to you a segment on Top Rope TV that makes you think, that makes you ponder. What segment could that be but the Ian Short segment? Take it away, Ian. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's now that time to wrap up the show. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed another Top Rope TV CCW exclusive. And if you guys want to purchase any DVDs, you can get in contact with me, leave a comment below, or call or text me at 267-636-3127, and I'll definitely hook you up. But thank you to Rob Noxious and Classic Championship Wrestling for having us out. It was an awesome show, and again, it was an honor to be a part of your show, and thanks for having us. And as my man Johnny Logan always says, keep your wrestling in a headlock. We'll catch you next time on Top Rope TV.